be the objective reality.
All right, welcome back. It's your boy Cypherbox again. Listen, let's talk about this one. Look, I wasn't even going to talk about this, sorry, I wasn't even going to talk about it, but I wasn't even going to watch it. The only reason I watched Netflix last night, stayed up and watched it, was because of Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, which was an epic fight. Go check out the other video on that I did earlier on. But this fight, how do people get so fooled and conned by Mike Tyson is unbelievable. Mike Tyson's a legend and all that sort of stuff, but people are being so soft on him, right? People need to be real with Mike Tyson and tell Mike Tyson, you're 58 years old, bud. You ain't got it anymore, right? For weeks and weeks, I even had a friend, right, of mine who's not a boxing fan. He's a casual. He put money on Mike Tyson and was trying to convince me, the hardcore boxing fan, the expert, that it's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's going to win. He'll win. Jake ain't got a chance. Come on, it's Mike Tyson. All right, listen. All right. One thing, and I saw so many channels out there. There was another channel. There was a guy, what's he called? Jesse on Fire or something. Oh my God, this guy was, you could clearly tell he was a die-hard Mike Tyson fan. And when he was looking at Mike training, he saw the 1988 version of Mike Tyson. I saw the 2024 version of Mike Tyson. I looked at him and thought, yo, you're old. Yeah. Let me make something really clear to everyone. Just because you look good on the pads and on the punch bag does not mean you are going to look good in the ring at 58 years old. Remember, the guy holding the pads is not punching back. The guy in the pads is not moving around the ring, being elusive, staying at a range, and basically making it difficult for you to land a punch. All right. I said to my mate, I said, listen, if Jake's smart, he'll keep the distance. He'll just pop the jab, throw a couple of rights here and then. Don't get too close to Mike because Mike won't have the legs to close the distance. What happened? That happened. When he gets in close, Jake just hugs, cuddles, and for Mike Tyson for dear life. He did that. So exactly what I said Jake should be doing, he did on the night. He was too quick, too fast. He had too much energy on it. Not too fast, but because he wasn't that fast, but too fast for Mike. Because every time Mike tried to get in there, boom, he would quickly move out, step back, and get out of range. Mike was off balance at times when he got hit by Jake. It was sad to see. I can't even stand Jake Paul. These YouTube boxers have ruined boxing in my personal opinion. I don't take them seriously. But to see a legend like Mike Tyson put himself through an embarrassing performance like that at the end of his career, people are saying, oh, 58, he did so well. Well done to Mike. Well done for having a go. No, it's embarrassing, and Mike Tyson can never step in the ring ever again. Do you know what I mean? 4 years ago, he had a pretty decent fight against Roy Jones Jr. But let's be honest, Roy Jones Jr. isn't as quick and as fast as he used to be. So it looked good because there were two guys who probably on the same level in terms of like their skill sets and attributes. They've slowed down. They don't have that quickness and that explosiveness anymore. You know, that's another thing I need to talk about. Mike Tyson, just like Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson's success throughout his career, his style is based on explosiveness. He needs those legs to be getting in low and then bam, comes up, explosive, quick feet, quick hands. It's all about speed. Speed kills, right? Mike doesn't have that anymore. Once you take that away from a fighter, right? Look at Roy Jones Jr. He was the same, and that's when he started losing. You look at someone like David Haye here in the UK who relied on his explosiveness again. You know, once he lost that, look what Tony Bellew did to him, right? Okay, so I don't understand how people got caught up in the hype of Mike Tyson and thinking at 58, he was going to put in a performance like he was back in the 80s. Like, are you dumb? Sorry, I've got to call it. You're dumb. And so many of these guys were turning around and saying, oh, you know, with the expert eye, you can see it. You can see it. Mike's going to destroy Jake. Yeah. That's what I was hearing. And there was this one guy that I kept watching, and his name was Jesse on Fire. I got nothing against his channel. He's actually got a pretty decent channel. But this guy was deluded, man. Absolutely deluded. If you look for the expert eyes, look at the way he's hitting those pads. Look at the way he's hitting the bag. Yeah, Mike's gonna kill him. And I was like, yo, you're off your head, mate. All right, I won't say anything. Wait till the fight happens, and then I will give my opinion. And here I am giving my opinion. This is what I said pre-fight to my mate. I said, you're nuts. You're gonna lose money. And then last night, he WhatsApped me back, and he was like, crying emoji, and he's saying, oh man, I lost all that money. Oh, like, honestly, you guys got duped by Mike Tyson. You should be pissed off at Mike Tyson because he duped you lot. He knew he couldn't do what he used to be able to do. I don't care what he says. He knew that. Now, I don't know whether it's pride or money issues that's caused Mike to take that fight. Maybe it's a bit of both. Part of me thinks Mike, from what I understand, he's got probably about 10, 15 million in the bank, which is quite a bit. But when you live a certain lifestyle, maybe it's not. But two, also, when you look at it, is it pride? I think Mike looks back at his career and thinks, I wish I did more. If that's what I think. I think there's a lot of regret for Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson generally looks back at his career and says, man, I wasted my youth. And he had a lot of problems because he couldn't handle the fame and all that sort of stuff, drugs and women and, prison and all sorts, yeah. And I think Mike generally looks back at his career and thinks, I should have been one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. And some people will say, yeah, he was the greatest. I think Lennox Lewis was greater, personally. Hell, I think even Evander Holyfield was greater, to be honest with you. Yeah, everyone gets hyped on Mike and the style he fought in, but when you compare their records, for me, Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis are greater than Mike. Like, what did Mike, when you look at his career properly, look at the record, yeah, Mike didn't achieve what Mike should have achieved. And I think Mike Tyson knows that, and it kills him inside. And he's got maybe deluded himself to thinking, hey, I can come back and, still show that I've got it. And actually he hasn't. Or is it the case that, he needs money? I don't know. Maybe it's a case of both. But it was sad to watch. I'm not going to lie. When I watched it, I thought, this is sad. This is embarrassing that a fighter of his distinction is resorting to this. It was embarrassing, man. Like, he couldn't even get a punch in most of the time. He got a few here and there, but like every time he tried to go, you could see he just couldn't go. He just couldn't go. His legs wouldn't allow him to. There was times he was getting punched and falling back into, backwards, towards the ropes. And you just looked at me and you thought, this is sad, man. I felt sorry for the guy. I really did. But, hopefully this will teach him the lesson. But the thing is, Mike better be better with his money from here on out, because ain't no one, and I mean no one, is ever going to put Mike on a card again after that performance. It just ain't going to happen. People aren't going to pay to watch him fight again after that. Like I said, luckily there was the Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor fight, which I personally thought was the main event. And then after the main event, we saw the circus act of Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. And then the fight even before that, the Mario Barrios fight versus Ramos, was a great fight as well. So luckily those was there to, to kind of like appease the fans. But Paul versus Tyson, what a joke. And what about Jake Paul, man? This guy, I've not given any comments about him over the years, but I'm going to make some comments about him now. I'm going to give my analysis of him. Yo, this guy's a joke. This guy is a joke. Straight up joke. Like, who is he for? Nobody. He's for over the hill or retired MMA fighters. He's for a broken down version of Mike Tyson. Not even a boxer anymore, really. And the only really legit boxer he's fought who's probably at the same level as him is Tommy Fury, and Tommy Fury beat him on points. Yet this guy wants to go off and be a world champion one day. Yo, you need to fight somebody, dude. You need to go and fight some serious names and get some names on your record and work your way up the rankings if you want to get that shot. I know what he's doing. I know what his game plan is. His game plan here is, oh, look how much revenue I bring. Even when I'm fighting nobodies, look how much revenue I bring. Come on, Canelo, let's fight. Let's make some big money together. That's what he's trying to do. And if he gets that, you'll never see him again. All right, that's what he's trying to do. Yeah, by not taking anyone on seriously, any serious opponents, right? Fight some actual fighters who are on your level, who are also working their way up to want to go and be world champions, and let's see how you do then. Well, Archie, what one about? We've already seen that, and he lost against Tommy Fury. So, yeah, you know, if you're tuning in to pay for this guy, you know what I mean, cut that shit out. You're like, you know, he's a YouTube joke boxer. He doesn't belong in there. Him and his brother together, you know, they've spat in the face of the sport of boxing long enough now. And I hope after this people don't tune in anymore, but you know people will, because he'll pick some other, you know, over the hill retired boxer or MMA fighter to beat up on. I just think it's starting to get on my nerves a little bit now, especially when you saw what Mike Tyson looked like last night. And a lot of people are saying, oh, shame on Jake Paul for beating up on an old man. Well, yeah, you're right, I agree. But at the same time, shame on Mike Tyson for putting himself in that position. Like, shame on him. You know, he's done that to himself as well. But hey, look, let me know what you think. That's just my viewpoints of the last night's circus act after the great fight, the main event of Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.